Welcome back, Interior Alaska. It's time for the weekend recap in local sports. I'm Joe Cook. First impressions from the Ice Dogs opening night of training camp that these guys battle. Sunday night was the first scrimmage of training camp. Fans and coaches got to see how the team looked in game situations. The white team, led by Ryan Kiro, Reiner Gorowski, and Austin Junger, Joseph Ingman, all scored goals, and the white team, they were up 4-1 in the final period. But the maroon team, they wore it back to force overtime with goals from Nikita Dradzdu, Reggie Lutz, Evan Somoza, and Tyler Tomberlin. The maroon team, they won 5-4 after a shootout. New netminders Andrew Lindgren and CJ Booth showed flashes of why they belong despite the score. The returners liked the competitiveness of the first scrimmage.
It's a good team. We have a lot of good Ds out there, and I think the forwards are going to do a great thing out there.
You know, I felt good. It's definitely a faster pace than U18. Last year I played U18 AAA, but you know, I love it, and I can't wait for the year. You know, it's a good start.
The players were really going at it all night. Their speed was really good. They were making plays, good one-touch passes. You saw some really nice goals tonight. You know, for day one, I thought the guys were on top of their game.
And up on the hill, Nanook fans got their first look at the volleyball team on Saturday night. UAF had their annual Blue Gold game to unofficially start the year. The Gold team won 2-1 and will have bragging rights into the next intra-squad scrimmage. The Blue team won the opening set 19-25, but Gold, they rallied for wins in the last two sets, 25-22, 25-13. Both teams showed UAF could be one of the better defensive teams in the conference, as three different players had at least 13 digs, and the blocking has improved. We'll see how they fare this weekend. Alaska hosts Minot State this Friday night in the Flint Hills Resources Nanook Classic opener. Switching to high school sports, we recap the week that was in football. The West Valley Wolfpack got their first win over North Pole since 2011 in Friday night's 27-26 victory in the Hart Bowl. In Eielson, they dismantled Valdez in a 64-0 blowout to improve their winning streak to 12 games. Monroe was idle, but Lathrop was anything but, as they earned their first win of the season and got Rail Belt Conference win number 1 as they defeated Wasilla 28-14 on Saturday night. And here are the Week 4 Alaska Sports Broadcasting Network polls. In the large schools polls, the trending West Valley Wolfpack make it into the polls for the first time this season at number 5. Diamond is 4th, then Bartlett, Chugiak, and West Anchorage. Number 1 West will play at number 2 Chugiak this week. In the medium and small schools poll, So High stays on top, but Eielson is number 2 this week, and the top small schools team. Nikiski gets their first poll ranking of the year at number 3. North Pole drops to 4th, and Juneau rounds out the top 5. The Wolfpack hosts Juneau this Friday night. Saturday night, fighters from the interior and around the state fought for something more than themselves. The Midnight Sun Mayhem Fight for a Cause Smoker event was at the Borealis Pavilion for a card that featured boxing, Thai boxing, and mixed martial arts. Fighters from Anchorage and Soldotna and more participated in this charity event. All the proceeds went to the Interior AIDS Foundation. The fighters were less than charitable, if you will, in the ring. Local product Vince Frensalone took out Tony Morales in the second fight of the night for a knockout after a series of takedowns and knees to the head. It's Frensalone's 7th career win, and he wanted to finish it quickly.
Just to finish it as fast as I could, and he came out pretty tough guy, so got it on the ground, and we got no three-point rule, so knees to the head are legal, so started using them.
The fight for a cause continued, and the co-main events went by pretty quick. Andrew Garrett, he defeated Parker Nielsen less than 30 seconds into the first round for a KO victory. And then the main event fan favorite Garrett Butler won by submission in the first round over Arturo Gonzalez for the last victory of the night. But the fight of the night may have been between Joey Niemiec and Josie Wells. Wells grew up in Fairbanks but now lives in Arizona. The MMA fighter made his return to Fairbanks for his first ever boxing match. Wells used his quickness and aggressiveness to get a knockout in the 4th round in front of the home crowd.
And the feeling is unexplainable. I felt a little sloppy in the beginning or whatever, but I just knew that moment was going to come to get that KO, and that's what I really wanted. So it happened, and I'm happy I got to do it in front of my friends and my family. It just feels good to be back home doing this for the community. All the proceeds went back to Fairbanks, and it just feels real good, man, to be a part of something like this. I like boxing. I'm going to get back to the gym and crisp up on some techniques and come back. I like boxing. It's fun.
And that's it for sports tonight. Thanks for watching. Mike Schultz is up next with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.